It's June 6th, 2025, and D-Day is lighting up Google Trends. Why is this pivotal World War II event today's absolute #1 trend? Let's find out. Welcome to Trending Today, your daily Google Trend explainer. Today, we revisit a truly monumental moment in world history. June 6th marks an incredibly significant anniversary. It's hardly just a footnote in a textbook. D-Day triggered the beginning of the end for Nazi tyranny in Western Europe. It's a date synonymous with extraordinary courage and sacrifice. So why does its 81st anniversary resonate so strongly right now? Time to dive into the details. So, what exactly was D-Day? In simple terms, D-Day, June 6, 1944, saw Allied forces launch the largest seaborne invasion in history. About 156,000 Allied troops landed on the beaches of Normandy, France, aiming to breach Hitler's Atlantic Wall, liberate German-occupied Western Europe, and pave the way to Allied victory. Calling it a world-altering undertaking is no exaggeration. But why, after all these years, does the 81st anniversary remain front and center? Well, the answer is twofold. First, global commemorations are taking center stage. Think moving ceremonies at the Normandy American Cemetery, lively historical reenactments, parades, and parachute drops that pay homage to the events of 1944. But here's the truly sobering point. We are at a crossroads with living history. The few surviving veterans, those who faced peril on those iconic beaches, are mostly now centenarians. This anniversary is one of our final collective opportunities to honor these extraordinary individuals in person and hear their firsthand accounts while we still can. Organizations like the Best Defense Foundation are moving mountains to bring them back for what may well be a last pilgrimage. And it isn't only ceremonies. Large-scale art installations are powerfully illustrating the scale of sacrifice and drawing massive crowds. There's an unmistakable urgency, a sense that if we want to learn these lessons from those who lived them, the time is now. The invasion itself, codenamed Operation Neptune and part of the larger Operation Overlord, remains an awe-inspiring example of military coordination. Before sunrise, over 23,000 Allied paratroopers and glider troops leapt into action, often literally, seizing bridges and confusing German forces, even when parachute landings were less than pinpoint accurate. Then, at about 6:30 a.m., the main amphibious assault began. 156,000 troops stormed 5 beaches: Utah, Omaha, Gold, Juneau, and Sword, supported by nearly 7,000 ships and over 11,500 aircraft. It was, and still is, the largest seaborne invasion in history. This operation was anything but simple. Hitler's Atlantic Wall stretched over 2,400 miles and bristled with bunkers and defenses. Success relied on precise planning and General Eisenhower's bold decision to proceed despite rough weather. The Allied deception plan, Operation Bodyguard, most notably Fortitude South, fooled the Germans into expecting the main attack elsewhere by incorporating inflatable tanks, faux radio messages, and double agents. You could say the Allies took fake it till you make it to a whole new level. Turns out, inflatable tanks can be more effective than they look. Cost was steep, over 10,000 Allied casualties just on D-Day, with approximately 4,400 confirmed deaths. Yet its impact was unmistakable. D-Day signaled the true beginning of the end for Nazi Germany in Western Europe and led directly to the liberation of France and ultimate Allied victory in 1945. Today, Normandy is both a place of remembrance and an enduring symbol. The focus now is on recording the stories of the last veterans. ensuring the lessons of sacrifice and of standing against tyranny truly last. So, what happens next? These stories of extraordinary courage, cooperation, and the high price of freedom are being preserved for future generations. D-Day reminds us what it takes to safeguard liberty, especially as the first-hand witnesses become part of history itself. And that's today's look at why D-Day is trending and why it matters now more than ever. For more stories shaping the headlines, join us next time on Trending Today.